And KVGC News Times now 7 minutes after the hour. Welcome to a Thursday, the 25th day of the month of June. Topping the news today, Amador County Public Health and Animal Control have a warning for county residents that rabies in wildlife continues to pose a threat to pets and people. Yesterday, a kitten in an unincorporated area outside of Ione tested positive for rabies. The kitten did not have current vaccinations. Multiple animals that were potentially in contact with the kitten are also being evaluated. Kelly Reason, Amador County Animal Control Director, says owners need to remember the importance of having their pets vaccinated and to follow up with required boosters as recommended. Now, 2 drive-through low-cost rabies vaccination clinics have been scheduled in collaboration with Allison Pillsbury of Acorn Hills Veterinary Hospital. The cost will be $10 each. The clinics will be cash only. Drive-through clinics are scheduled on 2 upcoming dates, Wednesday, July 8th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., and again on Sunday, July 12th from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., both at Westover Field parking lot. Rabies, remember, is a deadly disease that kills both animals and humans. The rabies virus is almost always fatal. The only treatment is prevention. If you have any questions, contact your veterinarian or Amador County Animal Control, 223-6378.
Well, a skunk tested positive for rabies after being attacked and killed by 3 dogs in the West Point area. County Animal Service officials say the incident that occurred this past Saturday was off Spink Road. Now, after discovering the dead skunk, the owner of the dogs reported the attack and an investigation began. The carcass was sent to San Joaquin Public Health Lab for rabies testing Tuesday, with the results coming back positive for rabies. Now, luckily, the dogs were all up to date on their rabies vaccinations or vaccines, but were also given a rabies booster shot the same day as the incident. Now, as a precautionary measure, the dogs have been placed on a mandatory quarantine. Animal Service officials ask if anyone believes their animal may have encountered this skunk. Report it at 754-6509. Again, this incident was off of Spink Road. Once again, be sure to keep up to date on rabies vaccinations for pets, as it is vital, not only for their health, but for your entire household.
And the Amador County Public Health Department yesterday reported 3 additional cases of COVID-19 in the county. The 3 cases are residents of Ione in their 20s and 30s and are all linked to previous cases reported earlier this week. All 3 individuals were identified by public health staff as close contacts to previous cases and were quarantined pending testing results. They are now currently isolated and recovering at home. Public health staff have determined these new cases meet the threshold of a workplace outbreak. The employer participated in the contact tracing and has been fully cooperative. All persons considered close personal contacts have been instructed to quarantine at home. Public Health continues to monitor all close contacts associated with this new case cluster. So as of last night, the total positive COVID-19 cases in Amador to date are 19. Total in isolation, 9. Total recovered, 10. And the total currently hospitalized is 0. Once again, with businesses in the county opening and additional travel to and from areas with more COVID-19 activity, this new cluster of cases highlights the importance of Amador community members and workers continuing to take just the simplest steps to reduce the spread of respiratory illness, including COVID-19.
Well, the Amador County School Board has passed a budget for the coming school year, but with the state budget situation changing daily, the school district expects the budget to change within the next 2 months. On a 3-2 vote, the board formally approved its budget based on the state budget proposed by Governor Newsom in May, which proposed steep cuts of almost 10% in the state's contribution to local districts. This budget reflects those cuts and shows millions of dollars in reduced spending, much reflected in proposed layoffs of non-teaching positions, which the board did approve at its last meeting. However, this week, an agreement between the governor and the state legislature appear to have reversed much of the proposed cuts for K-12 education, although it does appear some payments to districts will be delayed. With the state yet to pass a budget and the district required by law to pass a budget by the end of June, the school board elected to pass the current budget with plans to revise the document after 45 days, once the state budget has been adopted. If the state cuts are avoided, the district can forget the layoffs that were approved earlier this month.
And a Rio Vista man has been arrested following a late-night DUI accident. According to the San Andreas CHP, Tuesday night, just before 10, Brandon Maggard of Rio Linda was headed west on Highway 26 east of Quail Oaks Drive in his 1990 Chevy Corvette when he failed to negotiate a curve, overcorrected, lost control. Just before the vehicle overturned onto its roof in a grass field, both he and his passenger, Katie Thompson of Valley Springs, were ejected. Neither were wearing seatbelts and suffered major injuries. Maggard was subsequently arrested for DUI and flown to Kaiser South Hospital. Thompson was life-flighted to Modesto Memorial. Maggard could be facing more charges.
Well, a doll stuffed with methamphetamine landed a local man in jail, according to the Calaveras Sheriff Department. On-duty deputies providing security at the Calaveras Superior Court building watched as Oscar Freer of San Andreas got out of his vehicle, headed toward the courthouse last Friday. Now, on his way toward the building, he left the main path, placed something in the bushes just before entering the court building. Well, the deputies then searched the area and discovered an object that turned out to be a wooden nesting doll that, upon further scrutiny, was found to be holding numerous packages of methamphetamine. The discovery prompted a call to the Narcotics Enforcement Unit, who arrived and waited for the doll's owner to return to pick up his stash. Freer was arrested as he walked back to recover the doll, which was later determined to contain 9.6 grams of methamphetamine. He was booked into the Calaveras County Jail with a $30,000 bond for possession of a controlled substance and for existing failure to appear bench warrant relating to previous narcotic charges.
And the cost to carry a concealed weapon in Amador County is going up, according to Amador Sheriff Martin Ryan. Last year, the Sheriff's Office conducted a review of the California concealed weapons fees as they compare to neighboring motherlode counties. Amador fees have not increased in at least the last 15 years, and costs have steadily risen. Ryan says personnel cost, the increase in Public Record Act requests, and the amount of background work and reporting required by staff led to this review and assessment of the current CCW fee structure. Based upon the comparisons, the desire to reduce the fiscal impact on the Sheriff's Office, and the need to keep fees reasonable for holders of the concealed carry permit, effective July 1st, the Sheriff's Office associated fees will be increased. The initial application fee will increase $30 for a total of $123. The renewal fee will increase to $10 for a total of $62, including the DOJ fees. Ryan added, even with the increase, Amador fees are still the lowest in the nation.
Well, fire crews responded to a vegetation fire in Calaveras County yesterday afternoon, just before 1 p.m. A vegetation fire reported between Moke Hill and Mountain Ranch along Jesus Maria Road near Penny Way. Columbia Aircraft and hand crews responded to fight the blaze. According to CAL FIRE spokesperson Lindy Schaaf, crews were able to quickly extinguish the fire, containing it to only a small 10 by 10 foot spot fire. Now, when crews arrived on scene, they did locate a smaller spot fire up the road, quickly contained and extinguished it as well. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
And that's a look at local news on a Gold Country Thursday morning. From the KVGC News Center,
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting. Remember, for the latest news, traffic, and weather 24 hours a day, to visit our website. That's kvgcradio.com.